Tonight, DeBella Entertainment proudly presents Broadway Boxing.
Broadway Boxing is back in Times Square. We are at BB King's in the heart of Times Square in New York City. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Broadway Boxing. I'm Brian Custer alongside Steve Farhood, Brian Adams. Gentlemen, another good fight card tonight. And tonight we have a young man making his Broadway Boxing headlining debut in Eric Bonet out of Ecuador, Steve.
Well, Eric Bonet has only one loss. He's invading America. He says, if I'm going to make it, I have to make it here. He's already proven to be the South American junior welterweight champion, but there's a big difference between Ecuador and the United States. You know, Brian, there's never been a world champion from Ecuador. Eric Bonet needs to make a very big impression tonight in his U.S. debut.
And let's see what kind of impression he makes on his opponent, because he's fighting a gentleman we've seen a number of times on Broadway Boxing in El Gato, Frankie Figueroa, the Cat.
Well, Frankie Figueroa from the Bronx, he was once a hot prospect in this area. He had a tough outing against Thomas Delerme his last time out. But what hurt him in that fight may actually help him tonight. With Delerme, he was overweight. He struggled to make the weight, drained himself. He got fatigued late in that fight and wound up getting stopped. This fight tonight, yesterday he's overweight. He couldn't make the weight. He refused to make the weight. He said, my body just won't let me do it. So I think the extra pounds tonight would help him push and bully Bonet around tonight.
All right, should be an interesting one. Then, of course, our main event. Time now for our first fight. And, Brian, why don't you walk us through the numbers?
Well, Brian Pee Wee Cruz is usually the shorter guy in the ring. But tonight, Bosley, being 4 inches shorter, must find a way to get inside in order to be competitive tonight.
The crowd is ready. Let's get the official introduction. Here's Diamond Dave Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is brought to you by Lou DeBella's DeBella Entertainment in association with New Legend Boxing. Sponsored by Manfredi Auto Group. Shop the Manfredi Way on Highland Boulevard in Staten Island for your best deal. And Everlast. At the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, Benji Estevez. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds of boxing scheduled in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he wears black and white. He weighed in officially at an even 132 pounds. His professional record, 6 victories, 10 defeats, 1 draw. He has 4 wins coming by way of knockout. From New Bright, Minnesota, ladies and gentlemen, Wilshawn, the One, Boxley. Boxley. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears green with silver. He also weighed in at a ready and even 132 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 9 fights, 9 victories, 5 of them coming by way of knockout. From Port Chester, New York, newly signed to DeBella Entertainment and New Legend, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Pee Wee Cruz.
Commands at all times, and most importantly, protect yourself at all times. Good luck to you.
Well, here we go. Crowd here at BB King's is ecstatic to watch Brian Pee Wee Cruz take on Wilshawn Boxley. Boxley in the black trunks, white trim. Pee Wee Cruz in the green trunks, white trim, silver trim, excuse me.
Man, is it loud in here for Cruz?
Yes, it is.
He consistently sells more tickets than probably any fighter on the card that he fights on, every single time.
Pee Wee chant start already. But what I like about Pee Wee Cruz is he understands who he is as a boxer. He doesn't try to be more than what he is. He knows he has work to do, and he puts in the time in the gym.
Goes to the body of Boxley. On the rope.
And anytime you realize where you're at, you're always going to try to get better.
And this is a very interesting test for Cruz in the sense that while Boxley is no threat to win this fight, he's been in consistently with some of the best prospects, all undefeated guys. And you want to measure Pee Wee Cruz against some of those prospects, this being Cruz's 10th fight.
That's a good point, Steve.
Both guys misses with that overhand right. Now here comes Boxley.
And strangely enough, every win that Boxley had is against a guy with a losing record.
And they all came early in his career. He's only won one of his last 13 fights. But again, fighting top prospects time after time.
And that win was against a guy with a 2-2 record. The one thing we haven't seen is a steady jab from Cruz, which he generally does. So he has a much shorter guy. He should be setting the tone with that jab.
Cruz has come out very aggressive there as he peppers the body of Boxley. Another good 1-2. Finishes off with a left hook.
And as you see them struggling there on the inside with each other, it's worth repeating. I've said it in every fight, but this ring is tiny. And if you're aggressive or you like to infight, this is the ring you want to be in.
Final 10 seconds here of round one. Boxley misses with a big left hook.
Very good round.
Take a look at some of the action from round one.
Well, not much happening. It was Cruz who's the aggressive, Cruz forcing the fight, Cruz pushing back Boxley.
Good work to the body by Cruz.
Straight right to the body and then set again. All right? Fine. Let's get that bucket. Yeah.
In the corner, Pee Wee Cruz. For the most part, just getting a rest. Here we go, round two.
That's trainer Ryan O'Leary.
Cruz now coming out, as you talked about Brian Adams, more with that jab. Working off that jab.
Everything should be behind the jab for Cruz.
There's the left.
And Boxley, being a shorter guy, should not be moving backwards.
Ryan O'Leary, Cruz's trainer, told me at the weigh-in yesterday, he said, because Cruz didn't have a lot of amateur fights, he's never really totally sure of himself. He said he's just beginning to get that self-confidence, and it's showing in the ring.
And that's part of what I was saying earlier. He understands where he's at right now.
This isn't the sport to be in if you don't have 100% self-confidence.
Yeah, Cruz gets Boxley on the rope.
The one thing Cruz need to get used to doing is cutting the ring off, making the ring shorter. He has Boxley pinned right there. Nothing really land cleanly.
When Boxley was against the ropes there, I kind of liked the way he was using the ropes to back away from the punches. It's kind of a veteran move. putting his butt on the ropes and just shoving his weight back to be out of range.
Boxley trying to make it a little rough and uncomfortable in there.
There's a left hook by Cruz. Under a minute left here in this second round. Boxley with some wild punches, misses.
I would like to see Cruz mix his punches up. He hasn't really thrown any uppercuts or left hooks. It's mostly 1-2.
And again, he gets Boxley on the ropes.
But bring it under. He's close enough to throw uppercut.
Under 10 seconds here, round 2. Let's take a break. We'll come back round 3. You're watching Broadway Boxing.
Attention men. Have you used Just for Men hair dye and feel you may have suffered a chemical burn? If you or a loved one used Just for Men and developed facial swelling, burning, sores, blistering, skin rash, or scarring, the law offices of Wright and Schulte are investigating claims for victims that may have received chemical burns after using Just for Men. Call the number on your screen now or visit justformenlawyer.com to receive your free, no-obligation legal consultation. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Your call is private and confidential, available 24 hours a day. Again, if you have used Just for Men hair dye and feel you may have suffered a chemical burn, call the number on your screen now or visit justformenlawyer.com to receive your free, no-obligation consultation. There may be a deadline to file a claim. Call the number on your screen now or visit justformenlawyer.com.
Welcome back to Broadway Boxing. We're at BB King's in the heart of Times Square in New York City. His crowd is pumped. They're turned up. They're ready to see Pee Wee Cruz. He's taking on Wilshawn Boxley.
Listen, in a crowd like this, it can only give you the energy you need.
Here comes Cruz right after Boxley. Body shot. He's got Boxley on the ropes. Pounding through the guard. Let's see if
But
Cruz
nothing
can finish
clean
him
landed.
off. Yeah.
Nothing
Can
clean.
finish him off.
The
But
corner-
the corner of Boxley saying that's it. They've had enough.
The boxing turned and said, what happened? It's only because boxing was doing nothing. Was he getting hurt? No, but he was doing nothing.
Crowd certainly likes it.
Yeah, the right guy won. I think what happened there was the corner acted before the referee had a chance to do that because, as Brian said, even if you're blocking shots, even if you're not really getting hurt, when you lay against the ropes and just take shots, you're begging the referee to intervene. And Benji Estevez didn't do what the corner did.
Yeah, that's just a way of saying, you know what, I've had enough, without saying you quit.
Well, let's get the time of the official stoppage. Let's get you up to the center of the ring. Here's David Diamante.
Your winner by TKO and still undefeated from Portchester, New York, Bryant Pee Wee Cruz.
So Pee Wee Cruz remains undefeated, adds another knockout to his record, as he was the one aggressive here in this third round as he pounded the body of Wilshon Boxley. And Boxley's corner waved it off, said he had had enough. And Cruz remains undefeated. You're watching Broadway Boxing.
Have a structured settlement or annuity from a settled lawsuit? Do you need your money now instead of waiting for payments over time from an insurance company? Find out how to turn those future payments into a lump sum of money by calling CBC Settlement Funding today. We'll walk you through the process and give you cash options over the phone. Why wait years to get your money? Get cash now to buy a house, start a business, or pay your bills. Whether you want to sell all or just a portion of your settlement, CBC Settlement Funding can help. We have years of experience helping people like you get cash from their structured settlements.
To learn more about getting your money now, call us at 1-800-323-6889 for a free, no-obligation offer. Again, that's 1-800-323-6889.
Welcome back to Broadway Boxing. Time for our next fight. Brian Adams, let's go through the tail of the tape.
Okay, the age should tell you the story in this bout. Yonan is 15 years younger than Parrish.
He made his professional debut here on Broadway Boxing. Let's get the official introduction. Here's Diamond Dave Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is brought to you by Lou DiBella's DiBella Entertainment. Sponsored by Manfredi Auto Group and Everlast. At the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, Harvey Dock. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 4 rounds of boxing scheduled in the super middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he wears black with white. He weighed in officially at 165 pounds. His professional record, 1 victory against 2 defeats. His victory came by way of knockout. From Tallahassee, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, Dustin Scrap Iron Parrish. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears white with black trim. He weighed in at a ready 167.8 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 3 fights, 3 victories, all of them coming by way of knockout. From Brooklyn, New York, Junior Sugar Boy Goonan.
Trunks are good. We went over the instructions earlier. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck.
All right, these guys are going 4 rounds. Junior Sugar Boy Goonan and Dustin Parrish. Goonan, of course, made his professional debut here on Broadway Boxing. Parrish comes right after him, pushes him against the ropes. Then goes to his body, and Goonan with the right hook drops him. Parrish again charges Yonan, and there's another left hook that drops him.
Four fights, 4 first-round knockouts.
Yeah, he works quick. As you see, Parrish came. There's the right hook. That's the first drop.
That one seemed more almost like a push. The second knockdown, a lot more legitimate. Here he comes out of his
Watch
shell.
the left
Yonan.
hook, right. Short left hook right there on the top.
Yep. Immediately waved off. And remember, Sugar Boy Yonan, only 18 years old.
Yeah. He would have turned pro at 16 if they would have allowed him. Now 4-0. And all 4 have come by knockout, all of them in the first round. And he doesn't disappoint here. Let's get the official time of the stoppage. Here's David Diamante.
The official time of the stoppage, 28 seconds of the very first round. Your winner by TKO and still undefeated from Brooklyn, New York, Junior Sugar Boy Yonan.
Well, you know what? Brian Adams predicted there'd be a knockout in that fight. Could you have been more wrong, Brian?
28 seconds here in the first round. Again, all 4 of his wins have come by knockout, all of them in the first round. And here we go, right there, boom, he dropped Parrish there with that right hook.
What'd I miss?
And then Parrish came at him again, and then he dropped him again.
I'm back, what'd I miss?
Well, you missed this left hook coming up. And Sugar Boy Yonan, still undefeated. You're watching Broadway Boxing.
This is a national health alert from Worldwide Medical. Are you on Medicare? And do you suffer from back or knee pain? Have you tried injections, pain pills, or even had or considered surgery? If these examples apply to you or a loved one in pain, stop. There is a better way. You could qualify to receive a pain-relieving back or knee brace at little or no cost to you. You'll receive free information, free delivery, and all the insurance paperwork is handled for free. Best of all, there is little to no cost to you for the braces. Call 1-800-430-5391 to get all the details. It takes just a couple of minutes. These amazing braces have helped thousands of people in severe pain, and you may qualify to have yours delivered directly to your door at little or no cost to you. Call 1-800-430-5391 right now. This may be the most important call you make all year. That's 800-430-5391. Call now.
Welcome back to Broadway Boxing. Time for our next fight. Let's get the tail of the tape.
Well, Louis Cruz has 4 knockouts in his 6 bouts. So look for Cruz to throw bombs at Mr. Tony Walker.
Both guys are in the ring. Time for the official introductions. Here's Diamond Dave Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next bout of the evening is brought to you by Lou DiBella's DiBella Entertainment, sponsored by Manfredi Auto Group and Everlast. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, Gary Rosado. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 6 rounds of boxing scheduled in the junior welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears black with white trim. He weighed in officially at an even 138 pounds. His professional record, 5 victories, 4 defeats, 1 draw. He has 3 wins coming by way of knockout. From Cincinnati, Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Walker. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears black with white trim. He also weighed in at a ready and even 138 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 6 fights, 6 victories, 4 of them coming by way of knockout. From the Bronx, New York, ladies and gentlemen, Louis Cruz Control Cruz.
Mouthpiece. Put it in. Okay, gentlemen, I gave a specific detailed instruction in the locker room. I'm only going to tell you 2 things. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Touch gloves, bang at the bell. Do it up.
All right, here we go, round 1. Louis Cruz, all black trunks, taking on Tony Walker, the black trunks with the white trim. Cruz, of course, the red shoes as well, and the red gloves.
These are 2 fighters who describe themselves more as boxers than punchers, so it'll be interesting to see who takes the role of aggressor.
That is interesting, only for the simple fact, Steve, when we've seen Louis Cruz here, he's looked dominant when he's more of a puncher.
Yeah, he's been, there he goes.
There's the right hand.
Well, the reason why he says he's a boxer, he loves the box, he loves the jab, but he do realize that he has power in both hands. So he come out, and he don't look for knockouts. He come out, try to get into a little rhythm, and then he start throwing hard shots.
And those hard shots often come as counterpunches, and I think that's why he describes himself more as a boxer.
You can see the patience. Most punchers don't have patience like this.
Well, with this tiny ring, he's not going to need too many forward steps to be on top of his man. 16-foot ring. Even little guys, 140-pounders like this, the small ring has an effect because you take 2 steps back and you're against the ropes.
Halfway through the first round, neither man has really let the hands go just yet. Lots of movement, lots of feints by both guys.
Cruz with the undefeated record, but this is only the 2nd opponent he's faced with a winning record. Walker being 5-4-1.
Cruz misses with the right hand.
That seems to be the punch he's looking for. And if you notice that Walker is not jabbing much, well, that might be why. He doesn't want to get hit by that counter right hand.
Just gets popped by a jab by Cruz. Right right hand
Just missed.
nearly hits the target. Under 30 seconds now here in the first round.
You see Cruz, as Steve mentioned, he loves to counter with that right hand. You can see him moving to his right, trying to position himself properly for the right hand.
Final seconds of round one, and that's it. We take a listen into the corner of Luis Cruz.
Sigue ya tranquilo, cuando tú lo veas cerca de la soga, doble jab derecha y ataca. Respira. Doble jab derecha y ataca. Cuando tú lo llevas ahí, mira, castigalo al cuerpo, después viene tú le metiste una derecha ahí, lo mareaste y no lo seguiste. Está bien que tú lo tienes que hacer con calma, está bien. Viendo lo que viene. Pero tiene que venir.
Seconds out.
And you start touching, get your respect. You feel me? Touching, get your respect. Catch me a couple hooks sometimes.
Round two. Between Walker and Luis Cruz.
Walker's trainer, Gary McNear, said to him in between rounds, get his respect. Well, I don't think he hit him once in the first round.
No, Cruz just hit him twice here with a jab. Another right hand just missed by Cruz.
Cruz is staying composed, still trying to stay behind that jab. Just trying to keep Walker honest. We're coming in trying to counter him.
And it's going to take some creativity for Cruz to find offensive moments here because Walker's giving him very little to work with. He's not coming forward. He's rarely jabbing. Rarely punching, for that matter.
Well, Cruz have to start right there, start at the body. Whether you jab at the body or throw long right hands at the body, but start at the body. Get Walker to drop those elbows a little. Right now, it appears Walker's conscious of those left hooks and right hands. So it's a little chess match now.
Yeah, Cruz has been very patient thus far.
See, right there, she was jabbing at the chest, the stomach area.
And this small ring does not favor Cruz that much because he likes distance. He likes a little bit of distance between he and his opponent.
But Walker's yet to let his hands go or throw any punches.
You wonder if that right hand that landed a few seconds into the first round affected Walker because he's done nothing. Tentative jabs by Walker, that's all we've seen.
Although his jabs are tentative, Walker, he hasn't shied away from contact.
Cruz going to the body a couple of times here on Walker. Here's a left hand that connects to Walker. 20 seconds left in this round.
I think Walker fought back there because he had no choice.
His corner said you're going to have to touch him to get some respect. Round two comes to a close. So far, we've seen a lot of movement by both guys. Not much in action, but some did come here in the second round. Most of it by Luis Cruz.
Well, once Luis Cruz closed the gap, as Steve said, he forced Walker to fight back to get him off of him.
And the best 2 shots in that combination went to the body for Louis Cruz.
All right, let's take a quick break. Got a lot more action. This is Broadway Boxing.
Are you on Medicare? And do you suffer from back or knee pain? Have you tried injections, pain pills, or even had or considered surgery? If these examples apply to you or a loved one in pain, stop. There is a better way. You could qualify to receive a pain-relieving back or knee brace at little or no cost to you. You'll receive free information, free delivery, and all the insurance paperwork is handled for free. Best of all, there is little to no cost to you for the braces. Call 1-800-394-1678.
Welcome back to Broadway Boxing. Louis Cruz taking on Tony Walker. There is a left hook by Cruz. The third round, this guy's going 6. Cruz continues to pepper Walker in this round with his jab.
But his output favors Walker. Although he's not doing much. Although output means he's not really taking any punishment.
Cruz misses with a left hook.
It just hasn't been enough jabs so far for me from Cruz. See, he's at the proper distance, and he allows Walker to back him up. And that's what Walker needs to do. Anytime Cruz get in range, Walker just have to let his hands go.
Cruz is sort of taking what Walker gives him, and Walker's not giving him much. It's like a football offense that marches down the field slowly, taking 6- and 8-yard gains at a time because the defense won't let him go up top.
There's a left hook by Cruz. Good counter left hook.
Cruz isn't doing much, but he's doing all that's being done, and he's winning every round. A lot of patience.
Another left hook by Cruz.
But see, Cruz shouldn't back out. Once he gets Walker throwing punches, Cruz will stand his ground, dig body shots, and come up top with the left hook.
.30 seconds left in this round here, and it's a round that Louis Cruz has certainly dominated with left hooks, good counters. Tony Walker is still yet to let some punches go.
Subtle change in the last half of this round with Walker backing Cruz
being
up.
aggressive, yes.
There's another left hook by Cruz. Take a look at some of the action here. From round 3, we've reached the halfway point.
You see Cruz, the counterpuncher, that flurry, that extended flurry began only after Walker began punching. So Cruz is always looking for something to work off of. And a fighter is never as exposed as when he lets his hands go.
Let's listen in the corner of Tony Walker.
Get you some respect. Get you
All
some
right,
respect,
let's
baby.
go.
All right?
Come on.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. Round 4, and You know, that's a narrative we've heard quite a bit from coming out of Tony Walker's corner. You heard him get some respect, but you're going to have to throw some punches to get some respect, Brian Adams.
No, absolutely. He has to see right there to get respect, but you take 2 steps back when the guy takes 1 step in. So for starters, you have to stand your ground, punching angles right there, spin off and punch. He have to let Cruz know that he's here to fight as well.
Oh, there's a good exchange by both guys. Cruz finding it with his hooks.
Well, Steve described it very well last round. He's inching and inching and getting closer and closer.
Cruz tagging Walker now with that right hand.
You keep throwing that short pass 5-6 yards, sooner or later defense is going to soften up and you go deep.
Yep.
And Cruz is getting closer and closer, and Walker's allowing him. Now Cruz is landing more solid shots.
And Cruz doing a good job of drawing Walker in also. But it seems this round that Cruz is punching a little harder, a little more oomph on his punches. And now he goes southpaw. I don't know why. Well, he did it for about 2 seconds. Fighters are switching to southpaw and back more than they've ever done. You never saw it done 20, 30 years ago.
Well, 20, 30 years ago, guys knew how to fight.
Simple explanation. But so often I see fighters switching when there's no reason to do it. Master one way before you try to master the second way.
There's another left hook by Luis Cruz. Comes back with a combination. Now he's got Walker against the ropes.
And he's southpaw, which makes no sense. He landed a nice jab, left hook that started the trouble, then he turned southpaw.
Under a minute.
I like the way Cruz throws his punches, though. He throws them quickly. He throws them straight. I'd just like to see him do a little more. Just a little more, not a lot more. But again, he's in with a guy who's not opening him up much.
But the opportunities are there for both guys if they just jab. See, watching Walker's jab. When Walker jabs, Cruz goes on defense. All Walker got to do is keep stepping in, letting his hands go.
Final seconds here, round 4. Blood starting to come from the nose now, Tony Walker. Here's some action from round 4.
Well, it was all Luis Cruz that round. Once he did throw in combinations, he was able to land. First, second shot missed, but the third shot always catches the guy, and he saw in that sequence there.
He's had good success with that right hand, and almost every time that right hand comes after the jab. That's been the key.
Here's the corner of Tony Walker.
Load up. Okay, let's go. Up. All right, baby. Go, baby. Come on. Let's go, baby. Now pressure. Now put the pressure on it.
This is the 5th round.
4-0 for Luis Cruz. Not much doubt about that.
Cruz has certainly been methodical throughout this entire fight. He's been patient. He's landed the big shots. There he pops Walker with a jab.
Brian Adams mentioned that if either fighter jabs more, there'll be more opportunities. I really think Walker's jabbing from very tentatively and from too far away because he's worried about getting hit with that right hand. He's been getting hit with it from the first 10 seconds of the fight. Best defense in the world is not blocking punches, it's not slipping punches, it's counter punching.
Offense.
Because if you counter punch against a good fighter, he'll stop throwing punches.
punching.
He doesn't want to get hit. You see Cruz's eyes, how intense he is.
A body shot by Cruz right on the belt line of Walker.
Well, this is not the body language of a...
He finds Walker in the corner. There's a left hand. All of a sudden, Luis Cruz now on the offensive here in this 5th round.
Well, I'm sorry, for starters, Walker's squared off now. So he's standing right in front of Cruz, but he's squared, giving Cruz a bigger target.
And Walker just not showing the body language of a guy who's here to win right now. The only time that he engages is when Cruz forces him to engage. He's not ever taking the initiative.
You know, he's got the body language of somebody, I'm here to survive. And that's about it. Here's a left right by Cruz.
But I do like what Cruz is doing because he had Walker in some trouble early on, but he's still patient and calm. He didn't go in for the overkill.
As the 5th round here comes to a close. And Walker with some punches on the clinch. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, the 6th and final round. This is Broadway Boxing.
Are you having problems with the IRS? Our trained professionals here at Wallen Associates have over 30 years experience helping individuals and businesses solve their tax problems.
Having tax issues, it's very scary. I was worried that we would lose our house. When I called Wallen Associates, they were able to meet with me in person, and I never had to talk to the IRS again.
Call now for a free consultation. We'll meet with you in person, face-to-face, at a local office near you.
Call now 1-800-461-0431. We solve tax problems.
Welcome back to Broadway Boxing. Coming up on the 6th and final round, Luis Cruz, Tony Walker. 5th round action.
All Luis Cruz, 5 rounds to 0. You see him using his forearm there to set his man up, create a little punching range. Just not much coming back from Walker.
The 6th and final round.
Here we go, final round. Fight that Luis Cruz has just dominated.
Well, Steve, you just said Cruz dominating. You have him up 5-0. I have him up 5-0.
I'm glad you're paying attention to me, Brian. It's about time after 8 years. Now, it just doesn't seem like Walker really has the answer. I mean, it's not like he's not doing something he should be doing. It doesn't seem to be, he's just taking shots now.
Cruz got him in the corner, wailing on Walker. Walker trying to fight his way off.
And he may have hurt Cruz with a left hook in there.
I saw it, yeah.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah. See,
a little blood on the right eye of Luis Cruz.
And it's funny because although Walker haven't done that much, Cruz haven't been overly assertive. Maybe Walker showed him something early on that forced him to be patient and just try to box.
Well, I've made the point a couple of times that the only time Walker opens up is when he has to. And if that's the case, Cruz should just cruise to a victory here and not worry about going for a knockout. As much as he wants to please the hometown fans and everything else, it's probably wiser just to take the decision victory now. And
yeah, don't get careless.
Yeah, not at this point in the fight.
Yeah, because I'm sure you'll please the crowd much better if you win a boring fight than lose an exciting fight. And this bout
Walker
hasn't
threw a
been
right
boring.
hand. I think that's the first time I've seen that. He threw a right hand, straight right cross. Minute left in this fight.
Just enough upper body and head movement by Walker to thwart any kind of offensive initiative by Cruz. But Walker comes to Cruz and then stops when he's just still out of range. He doesn't really want to exchange with him.
Here we go, last 30 seconds.
See, the key in this matchup was neither guy really committed to a jab. I mean, Walker didn't really commit to any single one punch, but neither guy really committed to a jab.
Here's a left hand, followed by a right by Cruz. And that's the fight. Let's take a break. When we come back, the official decision. You're watching Broadway Boxing.
Attention men. Have you used Just for Men hair dye and feel you may have suffered a chemical burn? If you or a loved one used Just for Men and developed facial swelling, burning, sores, blistering, skin rash, or scarring, the law offices of Wright and Schulte are investigating claims for victims that may have received chemical burns after using Just for Men. Call the number on your screen now or visit justformenlawyer.com to receive your free, no-obligation legal consultation. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Your call is private and confidential, available 24 hours a day. Again, if you have used Just for Men hair dye and feel you may have suffered a chemical burn, call the number on your screen now or visit justformenlawyer.com to receive your free, no-obligation consultation. There may be a deadline to file a claim. Call the number on your screen now or visit justformenlawyer.com.
Welcome back to Broadway Boxing. Well, the official decision is in. Luis Cruz, Tony Walker. Let's get it to David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of action here at BB King's, we go to the judges' score totals. All 3 judges, John McKay, Don Trella, and Waleska Roldan, scored this bout identically, 60-54. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated from the Bronx, New York, Luis Cruz Control Cruz.
So Luis Cruz gets the unanimous decision, taking down Tony Walker. A methodical fight by Luis Cruz, very patient. Landing some big blows, especially in the later part of the fight. Cruz tattooed Walker once he got him in that corner. with combinations. He was very good with the left hook. Some body shots. And Walker was basically helpless in this fight, as Cruz, the only one for the most part, throwing punches. And he remains undefeated. You're watching Broadway Boxing.
This is a national health alert from Worldwide Medical. Are you on Medicare? And do you suffer from back or knee pain? Have you tried injections, pain pills, or even had or considered surgery? If these examples apply to you or a loved one in pain, stop. There is a better way. You could qualify to receive a pain-relieving back or knee brace at little or no cost to you. You'll receive free information, free delivery, and all the insurance paperwork is handled for free. Best of all, there is little to no cost to you for the braces. Call 1-800-430-5391 to get all the details. It takes just a couple of minutes. These amazing braces have helped thousands of people in severe pain, and you may qualify to have yours delivered directly to your door at little or no cost to you. Call 1-800-430-5391 right now. This may be the most important call you make all year. That's 800-430-5391. Call now.
Welcome back to Broadway Boxing. Time for our next fight. Let's get the tail of the tape.
Well, the younger, undefeated Keon Evans should be able to control this bout. Let's see what happens.
All right, both fighters are in the ring. Let's get the official introductions. Here is Diamond Dave Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to BB King's here in the crossroads of the world, Times Square, New York City, for Broadway Boxing. Tonight's bouts are brought to you by Lou DiBella's DiBella Entertainment. Sponsored by Manfredi Auto Group. Shop the Manfredi Way on Highland Boulevard in Staten Island for your best deal, and Everlast. Tonight's bouts sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, Benji Estevez. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he wears red with black trim. He weighed in officially at an even 128 pounds. His professional record, 2 victories against 1 defeat. He has 1 draw. From Las Vegas, Nevada, Pedro P.T. Toledo. And his opponent across the ring fighting out of the red corner. He wears black with red trim. He weighed in at a ready 126.6 pounds. His professional record, a perfect one. 8 fights, 8 victories, 5 of them coming by way of knockout. From Little Rock, Arkansas, Keon, the Boss, Evans.
Pedro, you've already received your pre-bout instructions. I will repeat, give me a nice clean mat, protect yourself at all times, and obey my commands at all times. Touch him up, good luck to both.
Let me know when he wants to drink or something like that.
All right, Keon Evans, Pedro Toledo. Both guys in the black trunks, red trim. Evans with the black shoes.
Interesting matchup, Brian, because Pedro Toledo announced from Las Vegas. He's Cuban. He defected about 3 years ago through Ecuador, ended up in Las Vegas. And Keon Evans, I saw his last fight. I was ringside for it in Memphis, and he looks like a real legit prospect to me. Very smart fighter, and only 21 years old. And if you're wondering, Keon Evans is the one wearing the black and red trunks.
Thank you for clarifying that.
That's what I'm here for, Brian.
Toledo in the red shoes.
But this is an interesting matchup. I'm not quite sure that Evans is going to have an easy time here with Toledo. Toledo has fluent movement, although it's early. Look, half steps back. Looks the counter, works the jab, gives angles. Look, he just turned Evans around in a circle.
There's a good straight right hand by Evans.
Speaking of Toledo, we're used to seeing Cubans who were big amateur stars when they come to America. Toledo was not a big amateur star, but he did box with a lot of the good Cubans. He sparred a lot with Yuriorkis Gamboa at Mayweather's gym in Vegas. So he's been in with some of the good ones, even if he doesn't have the Olympic pedigree that so many Cubans do.
And the thing about that is, in Cuba, there's a nice right hand by Evans. And I think he hurt Toledo. As I was about to say, the thing about that is, if you're in a weight class with another boxer in Cuba who has the pedigree behind him, who has a lot of accolades, they keep you in the background. Oh, he hurt Evans.
Yeah, Toledo had Evans up against the rope, pounding away now at the body by Toledo. There's an uppercut.
Yeah, he landed a nice right hand on Evans. As I said, I don't see this being an easy fight for Evans.
I don't think he's had much adversity to overcome so far in his career. 8-0 Evans. But his foot came off the canvas when he got hit by that right hand. He was legitimately hurt.
And Toledo again backing Evans up against the ropes, trying to keep him there.
Evans came in semifinals of the U.S. Nationals as an amateur one year. So you're looking at two young fighters. Well, in the case of Toledo, 27 years old, not that young, but two fighters with very good amateur pedigree.
Final seconds of round one. Oh, a good left hook by Toledo to end the round.
Stay to his body. Keep breaking him down. Keep breaking him down. Keep breaking him down. You're doing good. All right, how you feel? There you go. Quick hands. But go to the body, finish upstairs. Pop, pop, boom, boom, okay? He's working, all right? Get him in tight, okay? How you feel? How you feel, champ? Okay, you got to keep that working. You got to keep punching. You got to keep punching, okay? You had him hurt. You bagged up off of him. You got to stay on him, okay, champ? Come on. Yeah. Wake up. Yeah. Stay to that body. Body is the key. The key, okay? All right, champ. Let's go.
This is round two. Keon Evans, Pedro Toledo. First round Toledo.
And the thing about most Cubans, mentally, if you give them something to worry about, they're going to fight defensively. They're going to use their legs. But if you give them something to feel good about, the skills just come out. And that first round, Evans gave Toledo a lot.
Oh, there's a right hand by Toledo again. And he goes to the body now of Evans. Toledo on the attack.
And we should add, this is a very small ring. I'd say 16 feet, which is about the smallest you'll ever see. So when a fighter gets in trouble, he's got nowhere to backtrack to.
Toledo pounding the guard of Evans. Then went to a left to the body.
Evans is going to have to get Toledo's respect with something, because right now, this is too easy for Toledo.
No, Evans have to do just that. He just threw a feint. Toledo reacted, but he threw no punch. And Evans have to stop trying to walk Toledo down. He's trying to cover up and walk Toledo down without a jab or without a hook.
And without head movement.
He's getting head movement already, all right, when he get in there.
when the glove hits his head, yeah. That's not the kind of head movement he needs.
See, right there, Toledo's letting him off the hook. Toledo should be jabbing. Now Toledo's just looking to counter.
Well, when you have a lot of success with one punch, sometimes you rely too much on it, and that counter right hand for Toledo's been the shot.
He has followed it up with some left to the body. There's a left hook by Evans.
Yeah, Toledo has just opted to do nothing. Nice left hook to the body there by Evans. He's a little late on those shots, Toledo that was. He slipped 2 shots and came up too late.
Neither fighter really distinguishing himself here in the second round. Evans describes himself as a very smart fighter who adjusts. Well, he's got a lot to adjust to here.
He's got a lot to adjust.
He hasn't adjusted. It appears that he's just relying on trying to bully Toledo.
The high gloves and walking to his man, I can understand it if you're going to apply a lot of pressure, but he's doing too much posing. And as a result, he's not landing first.
Both guys pop each other with the jab. Toledo follows it up with a 1-2. Left hook to the body. And that's the end of round 2. Let's take a quick break. You're watching Broadway Boxing.
Hey, you throw that right hand, come back with that hook. All right. Take a deep breath. Come on, start. Good, good. All right. It's the 3rd round.
Okay.
Hand speed. You got good hand speed. Watch for the counter. Okay. You're gonna try to counter. Slip under.
All right. I'm gonna walk on.
Hey, can't you just walk through him?
I got you.
Yeah.
This is round 3. Keon Evans, Pedro Toledo. One that Toledo dominated for the most part in round 1. Round 2, how'd you see it?
Closer, but I still gave it to Toledo.
I thought he started the round off with that big right hand.
Yeah, and Evans just isn't being effective with his offense. As a matter of fact, I don't really see much offense. There he goes, throws a left-right, but for the most part, Evans is just walking to his man with his gloves up, and he's not very animated in doing it. So far, I'm very disappointed in Evans. I wonder if he has a little New Yorkitis here. Maybe he's first time in New York. He's been fighting in places like Shreveport and Memphis, and maybe the bright lights of the big city are getting to him a little bit. I don't know. He's only 21 years old.
You know, when you're that young and you're in a big town such as New York City, you want to perform, and sometimes trying to do too much, you do nothing.
Both guys going to the body.
And if Toledo just threw a quick 1-2, he'll land all night.
These guys exchange a couple of punches here. Toledo bouncing off the ropes.
And the reason why I say that is if you watch Evans, every time Toledo punches, Evans look to counter with the left hook. So if you throw a quick 1-2, after the one punch, he's going to look to throw the left hook.
Evans from Little Rock. He's got Ozell Nelson in his corner. We know Ozell, longtime trainer and cornerman of Jermaine Taylor, who's by far the most famous fighter ever to come out of Little Rock.
There's a right hand by Evans. Glances Toledo.
And it appears that Toledo thought he was fighting a 2-round fight. He's done absolutely nothing this round.
It's a better round for Evans, but not by a lot, I'll tell you. It's not like he's dominating the round.
Left hook by Toledo, countering.
And Evans should just let his hands go. He's looking to throw hard shots with every shot. Double jab. Get closer to the target if you're Evans. See, every shot he's looking to throw hard.
Here's a right hand by Evans. Toledo seems content with this round, trying to counter him with that right hand.
Toledo just seems looser. Quicker, looser, more mobile.
Certainly moving, sidestepping Evans' punches. We're halfway done. Here we go, round 4. Keon Evans, Pedro Toledo. There, you two exchange a couple of hooks. Here's another right hand. Evans goes to the body.
See, now Evans appears to be more comfortable in there. Although I still don't like him standing there with his guard, his hands up high.
If I'm Evans, I say to myself, all right, this is the start of round 4. It's a new fight. It's a 3-round fight. I got to win every round. If he does, he could win the fight. We both thought he lost the first 2 rounds, but the 3rd round was pretty close.
Yeah, too close to bank on if you're Evans. I thought he won the round, but too close to bank on.
But really, no change in strategy or tactics by Evans. Still walking to his man and not getting off. You see that when Toledo punches, nothing coming back.
Yeah, Toledo continues the right hand, and then that left to the body. Evans trying to counter with the left hook. As they go toe-to-toe.
He hurt Toledo with that left hook.
Here's an uppercut. Right hand by Toledo. Again, left-right combination by Toledo. Evans comes back with a left hook. Left hook to the jaw of Evans.
Here's a nice stiff jab by Evans.
Here's a right hand by Toledo. Left hook, Evans. Action picking up now, round 4. Right hand by Evans. Toledo shrugs it off.
Brian Adams pointed it out a couple of rounds ago. I think fatigue could be a big problem for Toledo.
Yes, punches are not coming off as fluent or sharp as they did the first round. And now he's waiting for Evans to initiate everything before he punches. And sometimes even if you are winning the exchanges, but you're moving backwards, doesn't feel well with the judges.
Well, this is Evans' round, no doubt about that.
I'm going with the guy in the black and red trunks.
That's a safe bet. Final seconds here, round 4. Guys traded a lot of punches here at the beginning of this round. Oh, and there's a good left-right. Toledo dipped in that one.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Look. You're ready to go, champ. You got to break them down. Hey. Look at me, man. Work. Go in there and work, okay? The last round, that was good work, but the whole round, give me that the whole round.
Round 5. Pedro Toledo, Keon Evans.
See, now if you're in Toledo's corner, you want to tell him, you know what? Box. Use some lateral movement.
There's a body shot by Evans.
Right, and Evans has been gaining momentum the past round and a half. So that's why you want Toledo to change the climate a little. Box. Use
Left
a jab.
hooks by Evans. You can see every time Toledo throws that 1-2, Evans countering with a left hook.
That time Evans countered with the right. He's been in counter-punching mode from the start of this fight, and I don't think it served him that well.
Right, you can tell he's not a counter-puncher.
There's a big left hook. Toledo shakes that one off.
Sometimes, you know, especially as a young fighter, you have to understand you are who you are.
Ooh, both guys exchanging punches there. Another left hook by Evans.
This fight's there to be won. No matter how you scored the first 4 rounds, you have to have it pretty close within the reach of either fighter. I have it 2-2 after 4.
Same here.
Pivotal round then. Evans continues to connect with his right hook.
Seems to me Evans is coming on. He was very tentative the first couple of rounds. Letting his hands go a little more now.
Here's left hook by Toledo.
He is. He's coming on only because I think Toledo has allowed him to come on. Look, no jabs by Toledo. Just standing back, waiting for Evans to punch.
And trying to counter.
And as Steve said, the fight is there to be won. Just a
both
matter
fighters.
of right, exactly. Matter of who steps on the gas and asserts themselves. Look, Toledo slipped 2 punches and shook his head no. But he didn't throw out 1 punch back.
Yeah, as this round winds down, he seems more confident by just showing some movement and saying, no, you haven't hurt me. Instead of letting his hands go.
That's the round.
Come on, champ. Come on, baby. Let's go to work, baby. All right, let's go to work. Keep moving. All right, good round, good round.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 6th and final round.
Final round. Keon Evans, Pedro Toledo.
And in between rounds, Toledo's corner sound a little upset there.
Oh my goodness, they want him to, as you said, step on the gas pedal, and he does. There's a left-right combination. Evans comes back with a left hook.
Judges like activity, guys, and even though Evans has been missing a lot, he has thrown more punches.
And what I noticed here, the first 2 rounds, when Toledo was punching, he's able to punch on angles. He kept Evans turning. Past 4 rounds, he just stood right in front of Evans.
Well, at the weigh-in yesterday, he was spitting into a cup quite a bit before he weighed in. Maybe he's had some weight problems. His trainer, Rodney Chrysler, said, you're going to see a little Rigondo in the ring. I think we've seen very little.
That's right. He said a little Rigondo. He's right.
When? When are we going to see it?
Round 7, but it's only a 6-round fight.
Little was the operative word in that phrase.
So he didn't lie.
Exactly.
Well, the prospect here is Evans. He's the undefeated fighter, and he needs to finish strong here to cement the decision. It's not a lock, even if he wins this round.
And being a little cynical here, you know, Evans, yes, he's a prospect. But has he done enough to woo people?
Not tonight, no. Last time I saw him, he looked fantastic. Granted, it was against a sub-500 fighter. Different fighter tonight.
Here's Evans. He does connect with the jab. Pops Toledo with the jab. Evans missed with the left hook.
Well, Toledo started quickly in this fight. Evans is finishing a little more quickly. And if you gave round 3 to Evans, as Brian and I did, you probably have him ahead right now. And he's not having a great 6th round, but neither is the Cuban.
Right, he's having a better time than Toledo.
Here's a left hook that connects by Evans. Final seconds here. 6th and final round. And that's the fight. Let's take a break. When we come back, the official decision. You're watching Broadway Boxing.
Attention men. Have you used Just for Men hair dye and feel you may have suffered a chemical burn? If you or a loved one used Just for Men and developed facial swelling, burning, sores, blistering, skin rash, or scarring, the law offices of Wright and Schulte are investigating claims for victims that may have received chemical burns after using Just for Men. Call the number on your screen now or visit justformenlawyer.com to receive your free, no-obligation legal consultation. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Your call is private and confidential, available 24 hours a day. Again, if you have used Just for Men hair dye and feel you may have suffered a chemical burn, call the number on your screen now or visit justformenlawyer.com to receive your free, no-obligation consultation. There may be a deadline to file a claim. Call the number on your screen now or visit justformenlawyer.com.
Welcome back. The official decision is in. Let's find out who won this fight. Here's David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of action here at BB King's, we go to the judges' score totals. Waleska Roldan, 58-56 for Evans. And Julie Letterman and Don Trella both score the bout. 57-57 even. We have a majority draw.
Wow, so we've got a draw here.
The key round, the third round, Brian Adams and I gave that to Evans. The judges obviously did not. They gave it to Toledo, and I think 1 through 3 were Toledo, 4 through 6 were Evans. You end up with a majority draw.
Correct. It was easy to score, with the exception of that third round, but the bout was more or less easy to score.
So a majority draw for this fight. Take another break. You're watching Broadway Boxing.
Have a structured settlement or annuity from a settled lawsuit? Do you need your money now instead of waiting for payments over time from an insurance company? Find out how to turn those future payments into a lump sum of money by calling CBC Settlement Funding today. We'll walk you through the process and give you cash options over the phone. Why wait years to get your money? Get cash now to buy a house, start a business, or pay your bills. Whether you want to sell all or just a portion of your settlement, CBC Settlement Funding can help. We have years of experience helping people like you get cash from their structured settlements.
To learn more about getting your money now, call us at 1-800-323-6889 for a free, no-obligation offer. Again, that's 1-800-323-6889.
Welcome back. You're watching Broadway Boxing. We're at BB King's here in Times Square. It is time for our main event. Brian Adams, let's get to the tail of the tape.
Well, will the elder Figueroa, who's 10 years older than Bonet, be able to use his experience? Or will the younger Bonet prove to be too much? Let's see.
Both guys are in the ring. Time for the official introduction. Here's David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to BB King's here in the crossroads of the world, Times Square, New York City, for the featured bout of the evening. Brought to you by Lou DiBella's DiBella Entertainment. Sponsored by Manfredi Auto Group. Shop the Manfredi way on Highland Boulevard in Staten Island for your best deal and Everlast. This bout is sanctioned by the New York State Athletic Commission, and at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, Harvey Dock. All right, fight fans, we are set to go with our main event of the evening. 8 rounds of boxing scheduled in the welterweight division. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from BB King's here in Times Square, New York City, USA, the fight starts now. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, he wears black and white. He weighed in at 146.8 pounds. His professional record, 20 victories, 6 defeats. He has 1 draw and 13 wins coming by way of knockout. From the Boogie Down Bronx, New York, ladies and gentlemen, Francisco El Gato Figueroa Jr. Figueroa Jr. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. He wears black with red trim. He weighed in at a ready 145.2 pounds. His professional record, an excellent one. 13 victories, only 1 defeat. He has 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Originally, de la capital, Quito, Ecuador. And now living and fighting out of Queens, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, he's ranked number 15 in the world by the WBA. He's ranked number 15 in the world by the WBC. He is the current WBC South American Super Lightweight Champion and the current WBA Light Welterweight Fedible Champion. Tonight, engaging in a non-title fight, ladies and gentlemen, Eric Bonet. Bonet.
Okay, guys, we went over the instructions earlier. Remember, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, good luck. Touch them up, took those swanties.
All right, here we go. Main event, Eric Bonet. Francisco Figueroa.
It's not often we get a fighter like this, Bonet, who we know nothing about, really. There's a little bit of YouTube on him. Frankie Figueroa we know very well.
And Figueroa in his prime, in his youth, he was more of a speedster, used his legs, got in and out. As he's gotten older, he's more stationary and trying to be more aggressive.
And we mentioned Figueroa had weight issues yesterday, came in initially about 5 pounds over the limit. It looks like he rehydrated because he looks a little chunky to me. He's a short fighter to begin with. And really a junior welterweight. Right now he looks more like a junior middleweight.
And lightweight was actually his
best weight?
Yeah.
Figueroa misses with a couple of hooks. Figueroa in those black trunks, white trim, and the white and black shoes.
Looks like he borrowed one of Brian's sneakers and one of my sneakers.
Bonet in the all-black trunks.
Somewhat interesting that Figueroa being a southpaw and the 1 loss on Bonet's record 2 fights ago to Mosquera, an undefeated fighter, was a southpaw.
For the South American title, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. And he lost to him by split decision, but in Ecuador. So that makes you wonder. I didn't see the fight. I can't speak of it, but When you lose and you're the hometown guy and you lose by split decision, it usually means you lost.
Right. And they tried to help you. Well, Gato certainly knows his way around the ring. He knows how to do small little tricks in there.
Coming up here on the minute left in this round, and Steve, you talked about Bonet wanting to make a mark, make an impression here in New York City.
Well, he's making the fight, or he's trying to make the fight anyway. Figueroa is using the ring. There's not much of it to use, but whatever there is, he's using it.
Both guys miss with the hook.
And Figueroa is not afraid to get in there and mix it up with guys. Little blood out of the nose of Bonet.
Ooh, a couple of body shots by Bonet. Body of Figueroa.
Figueroa was very loose in the ring. He's a veteran. And when you've been in the ring with Randall Bailey, the way Randall Bailey can punch, you're not scared of anybody.
I was actually at that fight. One of the scariest knockouts I ever saw.
I think that was a Broadway boxing show, wasn't it?
No, that was Espin.
Oh, Espin, okay.
Ooh, both guys trade leather to end round one. Take a quick break. When we come back, more action. You're watching Broadway Boxing.
A familiar face in the corner of Bonet, that's Nirmal Lorik, who's the trainer of Louis Colazzo.
Manager and trainer of Louis Colazzo.
Bonet speaks Spanish, no English.
And Nirmal was actually in the '84 Olympics, representing Guyana.
It's round two. These guys are scheduled to go 8.
They were working on the nose of Bonet, and it started out this round bleeding.
It's early in the fight to have to worry about that, huh?
Another body shot by Bonet. Frankie Figueroa told him, come on, let's go.
I like what Figueroa is doing. He's getting into his mind. Look at Bonet. He's a little tentative, in my opinion.
Well, the way Figueroa is holding that right glove, I don't think Bonet was hurt there, but Figueroa is holding that right glove way high up. And it's almost as if he's begging Bonet to hit him with a left hook to the body.
Right.
Now, he's either doing that because he wants to counter or
with that left hand, that straight left hand. And look when he gets inside, Figueroa, he's doing the George Foreman cross. I'm sorry, the Ken Norton.
Yeah. Archie Moore, if you want to go back further.
Yeah.
There's a body shot by Bonet. Follows it up with a left hook.
Low.
But that's the ticket for Bonet, the body punching. Frankie left hook. Frankie Figueroa is 35 years old, and he's not been a busy fighter in recent years.
3 fights in 3 years.
Yeah, the body punching is the way to go. It'll discourage him.
But he looks good in terms of controlling the action right now.
Just a minute left here in round 2 as Bonet connects with a right hand. Another body shot. That one hits the guard of Figueroa.
This round, Figueroa's adopted the role of the pressure fighter, but he's having a lot of trouble getting inside, and that nose is really bleeding. You think it's broken? Could be. And if it is, Bonet might be swallowing a lot of his own blood, and that's dangerous.
Figueroa should concentrate on those right hooks if that's the case. To the bridge of the nose, right hooks.
And Bonet's mouth is open, which means he's probably unable to breathe through his nose.
I like the attack, the pressure Figueroa was putting on. Frankie has never been a big puncher, but sometimes if you apply pressure against a guy, you can wear them down mentally.
He continues, Figueroa, to talk to Bonet, telling him, come on, bring it, bring it. You can see again, working on that nose of Bonet. Take a quick break. When we come back, more action. You're watching Broadway Boxing. Welcome back to Broadway Boxing. Round 3 now. Frankie Figueroa and Eric Bonet.
It's funny how in a couple of rounds this fight has changed so much in terms of Bonet being the aggressor in the first round. Now he's using the ring and boxing, and Figueroa's coming forward.
Yeah.
Right, the temperament of the fight is certainly swift shift in the favor of Figueroa. And again, if you get a young guy who's coming over here for the first time, and you put it in his head that it's not going to be easy, maybe you can discourage him.
Smart for Bonet to move to his left, in my opinion, because A, he can land the hook to the body with a better angle, and B, he's moving away from Figueroa's left hand. Bonet looks more like a left hooker to me than a right-handed puncher.
These guys exchange a couple of hooks there. There's a
Nice
right to the body. Yeah, by Bonet. Another one.
Again.
There.
And I don't know what forced Figueroa back there, but if it was a punch, that should have been a knockdown because he was going flying out of the ring if the ropes weren't there. And if the ropes hold you up, if the referee makes that determination, the referee should score a knockdown.
Frankie Figueroa just popped Bonet with a left there,
Nice
and then
left hand.
the blood just starts coming. Bonet comes back with a right hand. There's a nice combination by Bonet to the body, follows up with a right. Harvey Dock tells him to get the punches up.
See, that's what Bonet should be doing. He should be pounding the body of Figueroa and making Figueroa use his legs. Remember, Figueroa was overweight. Figueroa was 10 years older. Make him use his legs, pound his body.
And he's pounding the body there. Left hooks, right hand.
Instead of fast pace that perhaps the older guy can't keep up with.
30 seconds left in this round. Figueroa's complaining that he got hit in the back of the head.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Meanwhile, Bonet's looking like a bloody mess because of that nose. There's a good combination. He pounds Figueroa.
Right, that's what I
right
mean.
hooks.
Fast pace. make the older guy keep up with you, which he probably won't be able to.
Easily Bonet's best round so far.
Let's take a look at some of the action from round 3, which is probably the most exciting round we've had thus far.
Well, once Bonet got comfortable with the shorter guy, that was early on in the round when it was questionable as to if it was a punch or knockdown or not.
Yeah, I think their feet must have tangled, although the replay was a little too high an angle to see that, but there was no punch there.
Here we go, round 4 of our main event. BB Kings here in Times Square. Brian Custer alongside Brian Adams, Steve Farhood, Eric Bonet in the all-black trunks there, taking on Francisco Figueroa, El Gato.
I'm not sure how you scored the first 3 rounds, Steve, but I scored the first 2 for Figueroa and the last one for Bonet.
You scored the first 2 for Figueroa?
Yes.
Okay, then
I
you
thought
and
he
I
controlled the action.
You and I have different cards because I have a 3-0 for Bonet.
There's a good combination here by Bonet.
Our cards aren't going to matter, Brian, unless Frankie starts picking it up here because he's taking a shellacking right now.
Well, it appears that Bonet found his rhythm the last round. You can even see his body posture. He's more comfortable now in there. First 2 rounds, Figueroa had him backing up. He's looking a little uncomfortable. But now he's welcoming the aggression by Figueroa.
And Figueroa is getting caught in between. He's getting caught at that distance where he's just standing there taking shots as he attempts to get close.
Yeah, a lot of headshots as Bonet continues to pound at the body with the left hand and coming upstairs with just combinations.
See, look, you see that last sequence? Bonet landed 5-6 punches. Figueroa backed up and then stepped right back to him. And Bonet was ready for him with another combination. He's now comfortable with Figueroa being aggressive.
I asked Frankie yesterday, why is he continuing to fight given that his recent results have not been very favorable? He said, boxing's a business, which I guess is another way of saying I'm fighting for the money.
I'm working. Less painful ways to make money.
And he has a job at NYU Hospital.
Yeah, some guys just can't let it go.
Big right. Bonet back Figueroa up. Now here comes El Gato with a left hook.
And I do understand the mindset of Figueroa and not letting it go when he should. You know, people tell me, oh, you got out at the right time. No, I had 4 surgeries on my hand.
Yeah, you didn't have a choice.
No, I should have got out after the 2nd surgery. I'm saying I kept going, so I understand it.
Final seconds here, round 4.
Just
short
missed.
right, yeah. Bonet connects after the rounds. Let's take a quick break. You're watching Broadway Boxing. Welcome back to Broadway Boxing. This is our main event. You see him here, Frankie Figueroa taking on Eric Bonet. There's Bonet. Thought it was interesting. Figueroa just has Harvey Dock. Referee, what round is it?
Yeah. I think he would have been happier if the answer was 7, not 5. Frankie Figueroa is a game guy. He always has been. Just question right now whether he's got enough on his punches to do anything about what I see as a deficit on the scorecards. Brian mentioned even in his prime, Figueroa was not much of a puncher.
He's certainly letting his hands go here in this 5th round. Bonet continue to throw that right hand to the body and then try to pound through that guard of Figueroa. Again, right hand to the body, comes back upstairs.
We mentioned it's important for Bonet to make a good first impression here after all his fights in South America. Well, he should make a very positive impression because Frankie Figueroa is walking right to him. He doesn't have to look for him. He's having a little trouble finding Frankie's chin because Frankie keeps his hands up and he's giving him the body, but to his credit, Bonet's taking the body. There it is again.
Yeah, good combination again by Bonet. Again, that right hand, it's been all night to the body of Figueroa.
Well, he's doing what he needs to do. He's allowing Figueroa to come in. He's working the body, working the head. He's just keeping Figueroa defensively.
Now he's really going to work on Figueroa.
And Figueroa just waiting for him to stop punching, but the punches just keep coming.
And by mixing it up, downstairs, upstairs, upstairs, downstairs, Bonet's starting to land more power shots to the head and chin than he did earlier in the fight. Maybe Figueroa's hands dropping just a little bit from all those body punches he took also. See, Frankie looks like he wants to take a timeout here.
He's got him in the corner and he's in trouble. Frankie tries to get away.
Yeah, he's just not allowing him.
Yeah, those body punches have taken effect. He's taking a lot of punches to the head.
That's enough. The doctor is on the apron.
And that's it.
Frankie says he's okay. Yeah, okay now because they stopped the fight.
Yeah. Derek Bonet.
Yeah, he wasn't okay a second ago.
Stops Frankie Figueroa here in that 5th round. To Figueroa's dismay, but the doctor got up and Figueroa took a lot of shots. As you see, Bonet getting the congratulatory hugs from his team. Wanted to make an impression here in the States, obviously in New York City. Did he make one on you, Brian Adams?
He did, because I think he fought through a problem. Figueroa gave him some issues with being aggressive and just really making him feel uncomfortable. He stuck with his plan, and he weathered the storm, and he came on. So he was able to make an adjustment inside the ring with a veteran. So he was impressive. Is he ready for the top 10, the top 5? I don't know, but he did look good.
All right, let's get the official time of the stoppage. Here's David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Harvey Dock calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 2 minutes and 40 seconds of round number 5. Your winner by TKO from Queens, New York, Eric Bonet.
So Eric Bonet, successful here in his debut, not only on Broadway boxing, but here in the States as he stops Frankie Figueroa here in the 5th round. 2 minutes, 40 seconds in the 5th round. He gets the TKO. Think Steve is ready? Here he is with the winner.
All right. Eric Bonet, congratulations. His manager, Eli McKay, will translate for us. Thank you for doing so. You only get one chance to make a first impression. This was Eric's first fight outside of South America. What kind of impression does he feel he made?
Esta es tu primera pelea fuera de Sudamérica para impresionar a todo el cuerpo norteamericano. ¿Cómo tú crees que hiciste en tu primera pelea en Norteamérica?
Bueno, yo creo que me siento bastante feliz, bastante contento porque aquí en Nueva York es el mundo donde está el boxeo, los grandes boxeadores. Y no sé, feliz porque me han dado esta oportunidad de poder pelear en una cartelera tan importante y poder ganar de esa manera.
He's very thankful that he's got the opportunity to headline a card like this in New York City. It's always been his dream to headline a card in the United States, and he's just very thankful for the opportunity to show his skills.
He broke Frankie Figueroa down with body work. That was clearly the difference in the fight. Did he see early in the fight that that was the right thing to do?
Tú claramente le diste bastante al cuerpo, le rompiste el cuerpo. ¿Te diste cuenta al principio que eso es lo que tienes que hacer, romper el cuerpo?
Sí, me di cuenta que algunas manos le entraron bien y estaban haciendo daño. Entonces el entrenador en la esquina también me mandaron a trabajar los golpes al cuerpo y eso fue lo que fue minando la condición del rival para poder acabar la pelea rápido.
He was trying to analyze the opponent. He saw that the bodies to the shot were actually doing effect, so he kept doing that game plan, and that's what happened. That's what he needed to do.
Last thing I want to ask him, Ecuador has never had a world champion. What would it mean to his country and to him if he became the first world champion?
Ecuador nunca ha tenido un campeón del mundo. ¿Qué significaría para ti llevarle el primer campeonato al Ecuador?
Oh, yo creo que hoy en día ese es uno de los sueños más grandes que yo tengo, que Ecuador pueda tener un campeón mundial, porque hay buenos boxeadores en Ecuador, pero como no ha habido campeones mundiales, no desarrolla el boxeo y creo que ese sería el sueño más grande de mi vida, llegar a ser el primer campeón mundial de Ecuador.
He says the biggest dream that he has since he started boxing is to bring a championship to Ecuador. Ecuador deserves it. There's a lot of talent, a lot of kids out there that are fighting, and if he could be the first guy to bring a championship to Ecuador, you know, that's all he wants. That's his biggest dream.
Well, Eric Bonet may be from Ecuador, but he said he wants to make it here in America. First step, so far, so good. Thanks a lot, guys. Good luck.
Quiero también, gracias a Dios Padre, a Dios Madre, que gracias a ellos estoy aquí donde estoy.
He wants to thank God. He wants to thank God for everything, for all the blessings, for giving the opportunity, and you know, he's just very thankful.
We look forward to seeing him again. Let's go back to Brian and Brian.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And the first impression was very good. And boy, early on, Bonet had to find the range, but he did. And by that fifth round, he peppered Figueroa with a number of combinations and ended up stopping him. It's been another great night of fighting here on Broadway Boxing. For Steve Farhood and Brian Adams, I'm Brian Custer. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again at the fights.